I'm doing this special report on a topic that I know men spend tens of thousands of dollars on. I'm about to be evicted because I didn't upload for a very long time. The algorithm wants you to upload regularly, once or twice a day at best, once a week at the very least. I had many deaths in my family, sick all the time, and I was burned out, so I didn't upload. I'm fine now, but I'm about to be evicted. I'm doing this video on a topic that I know men spend thousands of dollars on and giving you the information for free, hoping that you'll donate $100 or so. You all can stop the eviction. In a couple of months, this won't even be a thing because the advertisers will kick in and they'll throw money at YouTubers. I never have to worry about during the holiday season about money because I can make a lot of money during the holiday season. That's not the problem. The problem is it's down to the wire now. I've received my $7. If you would, donate at paypal.me/Shakaama, and this will be a thing of the past. So let's get you this information for free that I'm trying to compete with hair replacement cosmetic surgery, which still takes time and can take up to a year for it to solidify. What I'm talking about is going to take up to a year, but you won't have to pay thousands of dollars to do it. This is logical. I'm presenting you with facts, and that's why I'm doing it, to get you to donate to me so I don't be evicted. I have information, so why not share it with you so that you can have the information. Now, the title is, this is a working title, I might change it when the video is live. You might not be bald from genetics. It might be what you're eating or what you're not eating. More likely that's the case. When we talk about balding or bad hair, we're mostly talking about men. Don't worry, women, you're included too. So everything that I say here, 50% of it goes to women. Why do I say 50%? Because men require 50% more nutrition than women. When these people say men and women are equal, I'm just shocked and stunned, because the more I learn about the difference between men and women, the more I think it's a miracle that we reproduce with each other. You're like two different species, and through some miracle, you're able to reproduce. It seems like a miracle. You are so different. You have no idea. Men and women are not the same, not on any level. And if you ever go into it, like you're gonna talk about the brain, you're going to talk about the skin, you're going to talk about muscles, you're going to talk about anything biological completely. The bell curve really shows you how different men and women are. Women are in the middle of everything. That means there's no extremes with women. Women are grouped right in the middle for everything. And unfortunately, a little less. So the middle of women is less than the middle of men in anything that you talk about. Speed, agility, intelligence, anything. But here's the kicker. Men occupy the extremes on anything that you talk about. Why is that so? Probably because we require 50% more nutrition to do everything. So that means there's a 50% chance that we will be better and a 50% negative chance that we worse. And when it's worse, it can be much worse. And when it's better, it can be much better. There are men that blow the cap off of any sort of measurement that you are looking at women. Just blow it off. Like not even the scale. Like the women don't even go up to that. And that's in everything. So when you talk about bad hair, and women say they have bad hair, and men look at them and go, "What are you talking about? Your hair looks great. What are you talking about? Let's go." It's a literal thing. Women are talking about nuance, and men are talking about cut and dry. Your hair looks fine. Let's go. What terrible is these days, our food, at least in America, is more a science experiment than it is actual. And don't get me started on the whole don't eat meat. Well, let's get started on the whole don't eat craze. Once you know that meat is the best way to get nutrition into your body, all the conspiracy theories come true. To put it bluntly, eating plants does not get you nutrition at all. It should be criminal the way people propagandize the population into thinking that eating plants gives you not only nutrition, but more or superior nutrition. Let's not mince words here. Let's get scientific. And let me put it bluntly. The bioavailability of plants in humans is 1%. They have measured. Versus meat is 60 to 70%. They have measured it. This means if you want vitamin C, you will get more of it and probably better of it from eating grass-fed beef than you would eating an orange. Or, surprise, surprise, a bell pepper. A yellow bell pepper has more vitamin C. Why am I concentrating on how? Because most of your problems with hair loss is how you eat. So I present to you the highest rate of gaining the nutrition I'm about to convey to you. Then just tell you what to eat or what you want to solve the problem of the various problems with hair loss. So going back to the vitamin C example, you will get 6,000 times more vitamin C from grass-fed beef you would eating and pound for pound. So if you ate 6 ounces of an orange or a bell pepper and you ate 6 ounces of beef or liver, you would get 6,000 times more vitamin. And don't worry, if you can't use the vitamin C, it'll come out the other end. You might have problem hair or hair loss or balding, but that might be due to nutrition and no wonder. There's about 20 nutrients that you need to have perfect or for perfect hair. So it's much easier to have bad hair due to nutrition. Bad hair is a symptom, not the end problem. Bad hair is trying to tell you, boss, there's a problem, let's fix it. It's much easier to have bad hair and go balding because you have 20 different nutrients that you have to have perfect for you to have perfect hair. And let me tell you, probably you're not getting those 20 nutrients. You're probably not getting those 20 nutrients year after year after year after year. My aunt, who passed away, had a set schedule of what to cook. She did this from the beginning. Very smart lady. Became a judge at one point, a family court judge at one point. It was brief because she believes in marriage, children, looking out for children, and that children need their mother and father. So she wasn't on the bench that very long. But for her own children and husband, who she loved dearly, dearly, when he passed away, it broke her. But she had a menu. Monday, beans, and so forth, right? Tuesday, this, Wednesday. I stayed with him 1 year, and that's what she did. She cooked, and she made sure that her children had nutrition all the way up until they were grown. At no point, and she was a professional woman, but she was from a small town. Apparently there's some sort of small town hoopla going on. I'm talking about black people don't come from small towns. I don't know what that's about. Black people come from small towns. Most black people come from small towns. It's not until you get to Gen Z or actually Gen Y that you get black people being born in city. So this idea small towns are a white thing is crazy. If anything, small towns are, because that's where black people come from. Anyway, she cooked, being judge, being whatever. Of course, after she had child number, 3 or 4, then the oldest girl started cooking, and then the next girl, and then finally the last girl. And they passed away too. Younger than me. So I've been through some stuff here. As you fix your hair, you fix your nails. As you fix your hair, you fix your skin. The end result is you might actually look better. What is beauty? Actually, beauty is health. When we say a woman is beautiful, subconsciously our brain is saying, okay, healthy hair, healthy skin, healthy eyes, healthy teeth, healthy nails. She can produce good children for us. And as much as women want to rail against that, that's how we keep going as a species. The other species aren't embarrassed by that fact. For some reason, we are. Well, some of us. For the most part, the genetic problems you see online or on TV with hair actually happens in the third world, where you have bad genetics from generation upon generation of men with both bad genetics and bad nutrition from generation to generation to generation. The young men in the third world have almost no chance. You see them on TikTok. They say, oh, of course they sound very super American English, right? But they came here when they were 6 years old. So they have had generations of living in a third world nation where there's bad nutrition, bad genetics, compounded for centuries. And they said, oh, look at my hair. I'm here to tell you that if you live in the United States and you're an American and you've been here for a generation, you probably, more than likely, have a much better chance at completely reversing your hair loss. So what are the genetics problems that we're talking about? And do not laugh at me if I mispronounce these. I actually went through and tried to get Google to pronounce these for me, but Google stopped doing that or something for some reason. I couldn't find it. And then you have people on YouTube creating pronunciation videos for the words, and the pronunciation videos are wrong. Why? Because they want to make a YouTube video. They don't want to give you good information. They want to make a YouTube video. That's the problem with YouTube. There isn't any sort of curation. They can take your video down because they don't like your video, but they won't take the video down that gives actual bad factual information, like this is how you pronounce something. Oh, people say, what? That's not very important. I don't know. Pronunciation, communication, and how to say stuff, I feel is very important. I don't know if you can tell, but I am very much into saying English, speaking the English and speaking it correctly. So here we go. Trichoptolysis, which is split ends. Trichorexis nodosa is hair with nodules where breaks occur. It's related to Pili-torti, twisted. Trichorexis invaginata, bamboo hair. Monolatrix, Pili annulati, banded coloring. Pili trianguli, uncompable frizzy hair. Pseudofolliculitis barbae, a shaving-induced condition, which I guess is the ingrown hair. And then the mother of all, androgenic genetic alopecia, male pattern baldness, or thinning hair in women. Now let's go over each one and the nutrition that fixes it. So, trichoptolysis, which is split ends, it's a deficiency in iron and vitamins A, B, and C, and E, and they're all involved in the development of split ends. Notice I didn't say biotin because biotin is not a part of it. So not everything is for everything, right? I'm saying you might take biotin and call it a day, and then completely not understand why you still have split ends. You're not taking the correct thing. So pay attention to each one. You might want to write this down. Trichorexis nodosa, hair with nodules where breaks hair, including Pili-torti, Trichorexis invaginata, and Monolatrix. Monolatrix cases may be related to mutations of KRT81, KRT83, KRT86, or DSG4 genes, ATP7A gene for Pili-torti. And the indication is you have deficiencies in iron, again. Cysteine may be present, along with excess of vitamin A. Possible protein deficiencies for monolatrix and vitamin A, D, cofactors in keratin production. So you should identify exactly what the condition that you have is and make sure that you have balance in the nutrition. You have to pay attention to the nutrition, not just Pili annulati, banded coloring, light and dark segments of hair is not specified. Can be caused by disorder on protein metabolism, keratin formation. May respond well to increased intake of amino acids and nutritional cofactors and keratin formation. Pili trianguli, lengthwise grows in the hair shaft, leaving hair uncombable and frizzy. Hair may be silvery or white and dry. The genetics involved are PAD13, TGM3, TCHH genes. Issues, the indication is issues with protein metabolism and hair shaft formation. Next one, pseudofolliculitis barbae, razor bump, shaving induced largely affecting black men with curly hair, i.e. ingrown hairs. That's where you get it from. The genetic makeup is K6HF gene. The indication is treatment involves adjustments in hair removal process, exfoliation, and prescription antibacterial lotions and over-the-counter steroid creams. We already know that this is a problem amongst black men, ingrown hairs. You have to learn, that you should learn from your father, how to shave, and I don't mean go from point A to point B. I mean actually what stroke to make on each section of the jawline and chin. There's a method to actually shave for black men. White men are pretty much free to do whatever they. Why? Because their hair does not form the same for white. And this also means exfoliation, so you have to pay extra attention to your skin as a black man on your chin. And mother of all, androgenetic alopecia, AGA, male pattern baldness, or thinning hair in women. The genes connected are AR gene, though others are expected to have involvement. And the nutrition for this, hair follicles are more vulnerable to the negative effects of high levels of dihydrotestosterone, DHT. A diet rich in soy for men and zinc may decrease risk of AGA. That is the finding, but when they say soy, they don't mean soy. What in the world do I mean? What they mean is, when they say soy, they mean aged fermented soy. Never consume straight soy, especially as a man, and probably 50% as a woman, right? You do not need estrogen as a woman. You do not need to intake estrogen as a woman. There is no need for you to have estrogen in your diet. Not women, especially not men. So when they say soy, they mean aged fermented soy. I'll look that up for you and provide you some Amazon affiliate link that you can buy aged fermented soy to help with your AGA. Androgenetic alopecia. And they say zinc. I want to go further and say can't take zinc by itself. I will get you the formulation of the zinc also. Zinc is something that you take along with 3 other nutrients. I don't have that right off the top of my head, so and I take zinc, so I make sure I take all 3. I have an entire vitamin cabinet of stuff and I look like a lion now, so my hair is really out there. In part 2, I will go over in more detail the nutrition and the studies and indications of how to fix thinning, balding, and bad hair. So the bad frizzy hair, you just thought that you were born that way and just gonna have it forever. No, we'll fix that. Look for part 2.